Hey there guys, today's video is all about simping, a concept that some men might find a bit uncomfortable to talk about. You know, when guys are getting taken advantage of, but they're too smitten to notice. And let's not forget those sassy women who get a kick out of teasing these poor guys. But fear not. We're going to dive deep into the reasons why this happens, how it works, and most importantly, how we can stop it from happening. So grab your popcorn, sit back, and let's dive straight in. Listen up, guys. I've got a wild story to share with you today. So, there's this young woman in her 20s who managed to scam nearly $200,000 from men. And get this, she had an alpha seed figure in her life, who's basically the epitome of a swoon-worthy, muscular, handsome hunk that women can't resist. And then there are the better needs guys, the ones with the moolah and resources that women drool over because they're the perfect provider types. But this woman was on a whole other level of scheming, and even her alpha seed couldn't save her from her shady ways. Let's dive into the juicy details, shall we? It seems like women in their 20s love to gab and giggle about the better need men who are easy targets for their schemes. And you know who hears all about it? The alpha seed men, of course. They get to hear all the juicy details from these chatty Cathy women. Hold on to your hats, guys. This story just keeps getting wilder. So the alpha seed guy was juggling a few women, and our girl here was one of them. And boy, did she have a lot to say. It's pretty obvious that women love to chat about their conquests of better need men. I mean, just look at Instagram. It's practically made for showing off your fancy dinners, fancy cars, and fancy events. But what our girl didn't mention was that she got all of that by playing some poor better need men like a fiddle. Yikes, talk about being a sneaky little minx. The better need men in this story are no slouches. We're talking top-notch professionals like surgeons, accountants, doctors, and lawyers. And unfortunately, there are plenty of women out there who are ready to pounce on these guys like a lion on a gazelle. Between OnlyFans, dating apps, swiping apps, and sugar dating apps, these women have all the tools they need to cycle through these poor fellas. And our girl from earlier, oh man, was she giving these guys a run for their money. She was treating them like dirt, all while regaling her alpha seed with stories of their pathetic attempts to win her back. It's a dog-eat-dog world out there, guys. Believe it or not, this kind of thing happens more often than you think. It's like a twisted game where everyone gets something out of it, except one person is doing all the laughing, while the other is left begging for crumbs of attention. It's a sad dynamic, but it often goes unnoticed, because everyone's getting what they want, or at least what they think they want. These better need men don't even realize they're being harassed, bless their hearts. And that, my friends, is how the cookie crumbles in the crazy world of dating and mating. You know those lists of super rich people that come out every year? Well, turns out some of those names are actually women. But here's the thing. A lot of these women made their money through divorce settlements, like Mackenzie Bezos. Half of her fortune came from her ex-husband Jeff, which makes her one of the richest women in the world. Now, whether or not you think she deserves all that cash is up for debate, but the point is, it's usually coming from a source like inheritance or divorce, not from their own blood, sweat, and tears. And let's not forget about those pesky taxes. Depending on where they live and how much they're making, these high-achieving men could be losing up to 60 to 70% of their hard-earned dough to Uncle Sam. So when these women are raking in dough from their better need men, do you really think they're reporting it all on their tax returns? Something tells me there might be some sneaky accounting going on here. Apparently, a lot of young women these days have what's called an entitlement mentality. That's a fancy way of saying they feel like they deserve all the good stuff without actually having to work for it. Some of these entitled young women are using their voting power to push for policies that give them all the freebies they could ever want. We're talking unlimited healthcare, unlimited abortions, and a whole lot more, all in the name of some kind of feminist agenda that's pretty darn unfriendly towards men. And to make matters worse, these women are laughing all the way to the bank with cash from these hard-working men, without even paying their fair share of taxes. It's like a twisted game of Robin Hood, but with a lot less heart and a lot more hostility. So, how do we fix this mess? Well, like any problem, it all starts with admitting there's an issue. Just like an alcoholic needs to admit they have a drinking problem, we need to acknowledge that there's a problem with this toxic feminist agenda and work towards a solution. If you're tuning in, you're probably starting to realize that there are some pretty harmful actions going on when it comes to these entitled women and their better need men. But don't worry, there's hope yet. The first step is to acknowledge the problem and start taking action to make things better. And hey, why not share this video with some of the guys in your life who could use a wake-up call? It's time to speak up and put a stop to unfair treatment. But here's the thing, there are plenty of men out there who are absolute geniuses in their fields. They're making a real difference in the world with their smarts and their success. But when it comes to women, they're completely clueless. They let these entitled women walk all over them. It's time to get serious about the sexual marketplace and start aiming for the stars. See, a lot of these women are taking advantage of our better need men, and it's just not cool. But fear not, because we've our solution. We have to start striving for greatness in every area of our lives, from our looks to our brains to our bank accounts. And hey, if you're already an alpha seed like the man telling this story, keep doing your thing. You're already a superstar. So let's go out there and show these women what we're made of. That's all for today on Manhood. Don't forget to smash the like and subscribe buttons, and also click on the notification bell to be the first to know when I drop a new video. If you find value in my videos, you can show your support through PayPal or Cash App. The links are in the description. See you next time. Cheers.